Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Twisted Gaming's podcast. I'm joined here today by Alert and Bloodwing. If you hear a shitty background noise, that's Alert's fault. So you all message him and tell him what shitty mark you have, you know. Well, introducing the members, we have Bloodwing.
How's it, guys?
And we have Alert, the one with the really crappy mark.
Better next week, don't worry.
Alert promises me that he'll do better next week, so...
It's not someone put on my laptop now.
Damn, the background noise is so irritating, dude.
People can last an hour. They can last an hour.
Yeah, okay. So we have a few topics to run through this week. Shall we get to it? Or do you guys want to talk about something else?
I think let's head straight into the topics.
Okay, so we talk about your obsession with Infamous Second Son then.
Listen, it's not an obsession, alright? I'm not obsessed with Infamous Second Son. It's a good game, but I take offense to calling it an obsession.
Well, it kind of is an obsession, you know. You just
Maybe,
Well, I actually should call out Alert's obsession with the forest, but we'll get into that a bit later. Because he just wants to talk about the forest the whole time.
It was amazing. So.
It's amazing. It's not even out yet. I didn't know it's amazing.
From the trailers, it looks very good.
We'll talk about it a bit later. Bloodwing, you want to give like a mini review of Second Son?
Yeah, sure, but I mean, I've only played it for, let's say, about two and a half hours, so I wouldn't really call it a review. It's more like of a first impressions with the game, if you will.
Okay.
Basically, Infamous Second Son is the third installment in the Infamous series, first two being on PS3. This is the first one released on the PS4, and I must say I'm very impressed with it so far.
Okay, hold on. Is it on PS3 as well?
No, it's only on PS4 because if anyone can just do a quick Google search, you can see it's amazing visuals on that. That was Sucker Punch's plan to release it only on the PS4 to showcase its hardware.
Okay.
Now, basically, you play this a thug, if you will, Delson. And are you guys familiar with the Infamous series or not?
Well, I've heard a few reviews of the Second Son. I've never played some of the previous ones, so I've read some reviews, saw some videos, saw some live streams, and yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a really fun game. A very good comparison would be to Prototype as that sort of gameplay. Although I wouldn't want you to closely compare it as they're very different games.
Prototype's much more gory.
But yeah, I mean, the first thing I noticed when I came in was the graphics. They are amazing. Just it can really show what we're heading into in the next generation of gaming.
Yeah, I agree with you that of the videos I saw and live streams I saw, it really looks like a awesome game.
Yeah, and the performance isn't bad, but they are using an unlocked frame rate. Basically, what that means, it's not locked to, let's say, 30 frame rate, and it judders a bit because of that, because it sometimes drops, and it's for a PC gamer like me, it takes me out of the immersion, but to any console gamer, they wouldn't really notice it, in my opinion.
Yeah. If the game would launch on PC with a locked frame rate, I think the PC community will come down on them. But for consoles, 30 frames a second, I think is more than enough.
Oh no, especially for an open world game that's third person. I understand a first person shooter, which is just you have to have 60 frames in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree.
Mm.
So that's your short review of the game? Is that all you have to say about it?
Yeah, but just if you have a PS4, you should get this game. I know it's expensive, and I can understand if you don't have the money, but it should be a must-buy for any PlayStation 4 owners. Definitely. And I'd recommend Reflex checks out the first two games. I definitely recommend that.
Yeah, I'm one of those that I can't just like go into like the middle of a series. I have to start. Yeah. It was with me like that with Bioshock when Infinite launched. I had to start playing the first two to play that one. So. I think I'll do the same with this. I think I'll do the same with this one.
And if you never liked the first two Infamous games, I don't think you'll like the third one. So just give the first two a shot and see what you think. And that would conclude my first impressions of it. That's what I think so far. And probably in the next podcast, I'll have a full-on review about the game. What I think. I would have finished it by then.
Oh, okay. I think our viewers will be looking forward to that. I hope they do. Moving on to the next topic after we've talked about... Led, do you have something to input on that?
Not really.
Not really?
Don't care for the Infamous.
Me and Bloodwing know that Alert is so PC Master Race. He's not a console fan ever.
Not open to any debate. Viewers, alert is seriously PC Master Race.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. Anyway, moving on. The next topic is Alert really wants to talk about the forest. So Alert.
Well, okay, The Forest is a game that looks much better than Infamous Second Son. That's all I can say.
You
And
can't compare the two games. I mean, really.
well, if you check the graphics, yeah, and it's been made by 4 indie developers, so that's a ginormous step.
Ooh, indie games.
Yeah, indie
Yeah.
games are definitely gonna be taking over very soon, because they just getting better and better.
I think AAA still has some fire in them, so we'll see.
I know,
Well,
definitely.
So the forest is basically a survival game where you have to use like any means necessary to survive, and there's like say there's mutants on the island. So
Yeah.
you start off with like where you start off with a plane wreck on the island, and you must survive by like building shelters and everything. And just the immersion and detail in the game is intense, dude.
Yeah, I actually saw a few trailers for this game, and I agree with you. It looks amazing, but I'm gonna have to see some multiplayer in that thing. I heard it's only single player right now, and I would love to see multiplayer if they can get the netcode to be
This plan
perfect.
is planned co-op, so yeah.
Yeah, I've heard they're planning, but you know, netcode's important. Like, if you go back to like Daisy or Arma,
Yeah.
great game, love the concept, but the netcode for those games aren't very, very awesome. If you know what I mean.
Agreed. Well, this forest game looks very interesting. I'm actually watching a video on it as we speak. It's definitely looking. It looks like a
Yeah.
really good game.
They say like the top the above surface area of the main island is not that big, but the underground cave system is like probably like 3 times bigger than the main like area above ground.
And the
So-
visuals look quite good as well. To be honest.
For an indie game, it looks amazing. and
Yeah, it does. For indie game, it really does look amazing. The movement system doesn't look real bad as well.
But I don't want to get too hyped because I mean, they always look good on paper, but then when they actually come, it could be a different story.
Yeah, like this gameplay they show is what they show investors, you know, to invest in the game. And
Yeah.
show it to help up the game, and then on launch day, it's not as fantastic as they made it out to be. So
Yeah, that's the only problem. But we'll see. I mean, we can't really formulate any opinions now.
I won't say I'm excited for the game, but I'm excited to see what it can become.
Me too.
Well, if you guys want the game, it will be available on the first alpha release will be available on the 22nd of May for $15 on Steam and their website.
Oh, okay.
$15 isn't too
Yeah.
bad, and if they're promising us a multiplayer, I think that's really not a bad pass. I think this game could be competing to the likes of DayZ
Yeah.
if they release multiplayer for it. So
And it's you know what engine they're using for the game?
no, what engine?
Unity 4.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
For Unity engine, I have to say. But I'm really hyped for this game. But there's like the survival horror genre is, in my honest opinion, it's starting to wear out. You know, it started picking up with DayZ, the launch of the mod,
Yeah.
and then you got games like War Z, which that was just a
Down
terrible
those
game.
Infestation Survivor Stories.
Yeah, Infestation Survivor, so they had to change the name. It was that bad. And then you got Rust, which had a wonky. It had a rocky start. You know, it had a rocky start with some problems, but they figured that out. Up until now, I have no complaints about the game, to be honest. But them taking out the zombies defeats the purpose of survival horror. So.
No, but they wanted to be like environments, not like they never planned on it being a zombie game. They wanted to be like you have to be scared of the environment, animals, and diseases, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It could be that, but I'm a zombie fan, you know. So.
We have enough zombie games on the market. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure about that.
I agree on that one. I think everybody just jumped on the bandwagon when DayZ launched, and they wanted to be their games when they want to make their games like DayZ.
Yeah.
To have that success that DayZ had. At the moment, Rust is actually in first place over DayZ standalone.
Well, I
as
mean,
most
Daisy
played game on
Standalone's not
Steam.
exactly in the best of shape now. So
You know. I also wanted, speaking of DayZ and Rust and the Forest, which is also going to be alpha release game. What's it? Early access Steam game. I wanted to touch on early access as well. What are your guys' thoughts on those?
Well, early access. I mean, if you're willing to commit and you are really interested in the game and want to see it in development, then yes. But if you're just looking for a game to play, then no, because you have to understand that early access there are lots of problems.
Yeah, I hate when
yeah.
I go into a stream and people say, "Oh, this game really looks shit," and then you get the other person telling me, "Oh, but it's pre-alpha." My honest opinion, if it was pre-alpha and you're launching it to the public, that's a first impression on your game. And if the game's not working well, I don't say it has to work great or have all the features you promised. I just say a first impression should always be good. And Daisy, even Rust, didn't have a good impression on the public right at launch.
I mean, it's quite easy to understand. I mean, pre-alpha, think about it. That's before a beta stage. That's before even alpha stage. It's pre-alpha. So those problems should be understandable. And I mean, if you really want to commit to the series, and I mean, come on, you get it for the game for a good price at the start.
Yeah, at the start. I agree with you on that one, but I think they just have to find like a medium between quality and what they put out. You know.
I understand that.
My honest opinion is when I'm a victim. When Rust came out, it looked very fun, and I played it, and I picked up some problems with it. I didn't buy Daisy standalone for that reason. Another example of early access that's gone wrong is Dead Linger.
Oh, don't mention that.
Yeah, Alert said the other day they add bicycles and.
Ooh. You find it in every single house in the garage. Every single house.
There's actually literally no one playing that game. Yeah, there's no servers up for it. So, and the movement system and the it's not. No, I don't want to even get into that game. But anyway, you guys happy with that where that ended? Yeah, early access talk, you know.
Yeah, I think we can't really add more to that.
Yeah, I just want to inform the public you don't have to buy the game. The game will still come out after. Like I'd rather wait for the game to come out. As fun as it looks.
You will be paying more cash for it then.
Yeah, I'll rather pay more cash for a game that's good.
Yeah, because it could fail. Well, yeah.
You could have bought a game that fails, and there goes what $15 or $30. Like Daisy, they can just stop developing the game, and you just lost $30. You know.
And you know what's happened now, seeing that Dean is leaving the development team. So.
Yeah. Dean Rocket Hall is saying at the end of this year he's leaving the Daisy dev team. So.
And I mean, he was the one that founded it, which is quite alarming.
The article I read about it, he says he wants to start his
Pursue,
own thing.
Yeah.
So.
Bro, I remember quite a while ago, I saw in one of the posts, like it said, like his next game he wants to make after Daisy will be a mountain climbing game.
Everyone their own, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's move on to our next topic. If you guys have heard of this, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt isn't coming this year anymore.
I'm actually quite disappointed by that.
I'm happy about that.
That game looked great.
I'm happy yet sad. I played some of The Witcher 2, and it was an awesome game. We all know why. It was a really visually stunning game.
Oh yeah.
And The Witcher 3, come
exactly,
on.
it looks amazing.
Like the developer CD Projekt, they did a good job. I must say, but I understand they don't want to release it because they're not happy with the game. It's quality.
No, I understand that.
Not just come later patches coming out. I want it to be perfect on release.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, we wanted to see it this year. Let's all be honest.
yeah, we all do want it. We all want to see it this year, you know. It's always sad when games. I was sad when that happened to Watch Dogs. You know, they. They said waiting for launch this year, and now they're saying, no, next year. Well, not next year. When they said that, they delayed the development. Sorry, they delayed the release date. Sorry.
Yeah. What's the release date for Watch Dogs? Does anyone know? It's May sometime, isn't it?
No, I don't think it's
like
May.
22nd June, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Around about June, I think.
Yeah, that was delayed last year, so that's another example.
Let me just look it up quickly. I know it's this year. I'm pretty sure it's this year.
No, it's definitely this year. The Watch, yeah.
The release date for Watch Dogs. But yeah, getting back to The Witcher, they say one of the reasons they delayed the game was they wanted to put in more features and stuff into the game, and they want to, the fans of the series, they want to really surprise them when the game, which I have no problem with. Don't get me wrong. I'm just really sad it's not releasing this year because I was really looking forward to that game. The game looked
so was
visually
I.
stunning. I don't know if any of you watched that trailer they
Yeah,
brought out earlier this year, and that game really.
But imagine what kind of a PC that thing's gonna take to run, to see these visuals at their best.
Okay,
It's gonna be hardcore.
getting back to Watch Dogs. It's gonna be released on the May 27th.
May, I thought it was May. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be May 27th. So that's real hard hitting info for you guys there. You know, the confirmed release date of Watch Dogs will be May 27th. But I'm not holding my breath because Ubisoft have like this ritual of not sticking to the release dates.
And they're developing so many games at once, Ubisoft. I mean, just think about how many games they've released. It's quite a lot.
And announced, you have The Division, which, oh my god, looks just so stunning, that Snowdrop engine. And you have Watch Dogs. You had, earlier this year, you had South Park Stick of Truth. They do Splinter Cell. They developing so many games. And Assassin's Creed as well is coming out this year.
Yeah.
No, it's coming out this year. Oh, I'm so, trouble with my release dates today. But The Witcher, oh my god, it looks like such an amazing game. But anyway, you guys got anything else to say about that?
No, I don't think so. Let's just wait and see what happens with The Witcher. I think we're all eagerly awaiting it.
Yeah. And moving on, The Division. If we're talking about sessions earlier in the podcast, I'm obsessed with this game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I can't wait for this to release. Well, the review, or not the review of the game, there's an article about the game. The Division concept art shows off a hotel fort. Have you guys see that? The trailer for that?
No, I haven't seen that trailer, unfortunately.
So like you can basically barricade our places and hold bases and everything.
For you guys who want to see those screenshots, which just look really amazing, I'll link it down in the description for you guys. You can go look at that. I highly recommend it. That is an amazing looking game, and I think Ubisoft really did a good job with that Snowdrop engine. I mean, visually stunning. Gameplay looks awesome. The lighting. You guys did see the Snowdrop engine trailer?
Yeah.
Yes. That thing is amazing.
Like you can shoot the glass on on like the windscreen on the car, and you can literally see the bullet holes going through it.
Yeah.
Detailed.
And when they run through the building and the lighting effects,
the
light falls. And the particle effects of it. Oh my god, it just looks amazing. Okay, going on next. I know there's one person here who will not be excited to talk about this topic. It's Xbox and Microsoft. There were so many news filmed this week. I don't know what's wrong with Xbox. The first one is Xbox loses yet another top executive. Yeah. They're just losing people left and right.
Well, to be fair, Sony did lay off a lot of their staff, so I mean, I'm not going to comment negatively on this.
I mean, people are leaving that place since what was that guy's name that did the
Yes,
launch?
I remember. He left because he wasn't happy in the state it was in.
Yeah, when he said people that don't like the policies of the Xbox One just play Xbox 360. Remember that?
Oh my word! I can't believe he actually said that last year.
Yeah.
He didn't say if you didn't like policies. He said if you do not have internet connection and whatnot, we have another console. It's called the Xbox 360.
Yeah. I was like, dude, whatever. Anyway, the guy thinking of leaving is the Vice President Mark Whitten.
Oh my word! So that's gonna be too good for them.
Yeah, I think so. He was with the Xbox division for 14 years.
Oh really? Wow, that's quite interesting to say the least. I mean,
yeah, he's the chief product officer of the Xbox.
Yeah, lots of people have been losing their staff. I mean, Xbox is also joining that now.
It says here, Chief Product Officer of Xbox will be leaving the team to become Chief Product Officer of Sonos. Which
Of
I
what?
don't know. I don't know what that is. But anyway.
Okay.
Moving on, more Xbox news. Microsoft announces 25 indie games for Xbox One.
That's a bit better news.
It's a bit better news, yeah. The Xbox gaming catalog doesn't actually.
Okay, none of the next gen consoles have a vast library yet. We just have to give them a few more months, and I
It
think.
was the same with the PS4 launch. All you had to play was Killzone and that stupid knack game. Like,
Hey,
and,
don't
and then
drop it
everybody
down.
was so like hyped for what's that? Like a small indie game,
Oh, Resogun.
Resogun. Everybody was so excited for that. As
That was a
well.
good game. It was very fun.
Amongst the games were announced is 100,001 Sparks, Caliber 10 Racing Series, Castle Storm, Chariot, Chuck's Challenge 3D, Contrast,
I mean,
Uh,
contrast there. Okay.
Dive Kick Edition. That's a weird name. Forced FRU Guacamole Super Turbo Championship Edition. That was a good game. Indie game on PC.
I've played Guacamole. It's a good game. Yeah, I haven't finished it or anything. I played it at a friend's house. I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's a really. I like the art style for it as well.
Mm.
Gunscape, Habitat, Hyperlight, Drifter. It draws a red box. Well, Nujutsu. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. I'm not like Chinese, so I can't say stuff like that.
Ninjutsu.
Yeah.
Ninjutsu.
Yeah. Pinball Arcade, Cube, Director's Cut, Riptide GP2, Roundabout, 60-second Shooter Prime, Spectra, 8-bit Racing, Strike Suit Zero, Super Time Force, and second to last is The Last Tinker, and then Wolverblade.
That's quite a pack of games.
So it's basically a lot of games that have been on PC just moving over to Xbox now.
Yeah, I think it's actually cool that consoles are adopting indie games.
Yeah, Microsoft, I believe, also has this, but Sony is supporting indie development now,
Yeah,
which is really good. They're getting a lot of exclusive indie games. If you saw their showcase at E3, it was quite amazing.
I mean, PS4 also, Xbox One, sorry, also announced that they will be supporting indie devs.
Yeah, initially they weren't going to, but then after their DRM policies and all that were lifted,
Yeah, the
they
bad
added
PR
that.
they had, in other words. The
Yeah.
really, really crappy PR they had.
Mm.
And the next topper is super exciting for local fans. Xbox One will launch in South Africa this September.
Oh my
But-
goodness.
But is it that exciting? I'm not that excited, to be
That's actually quite pathetic. Launching
Yeah.
in September. We got our PS4 in December, and it's coming close to a year later.
honest.
When they were
No, wait,
released
my
a week
concern
apart.
is two things. They're releasing too late in this country. I mean, let's be honest, it's not the biggest market over here. I'm going to be honest. But releasing so late, yeah, and that they do not have any Azure servers in South Africa to support the Xbox One.
yeah.
I mean, the console isn't going to be that popular because there's no Azure servers. Titanfall can't be played here. Even on PC because there's no Azure servers. The future of gaming for Xbox is not good for South Africa, my honest opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it. Everyone's got their PS4s already.
That as well, yeah.
I mean, a year later, Xbox One. I mean, people were so hyped for the PS4. I'm sure they just bought it. And if you wanted an Xbox One, they probably got fed up of waiting.
Yeah, and talking about one of the most popular games in South Africa is Call of Duty across all platforms, PC, PS3, and Xbox.
Yes.
I know that for a fact. As much as some of you disagree with me, yeah. But Activision is also speaking of moving to the PS4 for exclusive not exclusive rights to the game, exclusive development for the game. So in other words, the game is going to be developed on the PS4 and then ported to other consoles. And the reason a lot of people in South Africa have the 360 over the PS3 in the past was due to the DLC releasing earlier on Xbox. So
Yeah,
all
it
those
was
people are
always
going to move
released
to PS4 because they're going to exclusive DLC from Activision for Call of Duty, and then Xbox One's going to leave in the dust because there's no Azure servers in South Africa, and it's got no AAA #1 title selling for it. Yeah.
And not to mention that the PS4 outperforms the Xbox One graphically in Call of Duty's instance.
in any instance, in any game. Even
Yeah.
if Titanfall, I would expect if Titanfall would have released on the PS4, it would
Yeah,
have
yeah.
1080p, 60 frames a second, no problem. With the Xbox One, it's what 920,
It's 900p for. It was initially 720, I think, and then they moved it up to 900p.
And I've heard of a lot of people complaining overseas that if there's too many Titans on the map, they're getting a big frame drop on the console.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On
even
consoles
the,
or just Xbox?
That
or
could be
not sure?
a bad development for the game because I know for a fact I've played the game on PC and it happens on PC as well. It drops from 60 to 40 when there's too many Titans.
Oh, okay.
So
And
that
that's
could
annoying.
also just be a bad like bad coding for the game or whatever.
But I mean, look
optimization.
at the game. I'm sure it's understandable. It's a beautiful game, is it not?
Yeah, it's a really beautiful game. But yet again, on Xbox One, you won't actually know that difference between dropping 60 to 30 or whatever. 60 to 40.
Yeah, most console players that don't PC game, they don't really notice these small frame rate drops.
PC gamers do because
Yeah,
they
that's the curse that comes with it. When you're a hardcore PC gamer, you notice these frame drops, and it's pretty hard to go to consoles.
Yeah. But like I said, Azure service, you have to have them to play Titanfall, and if you don't, we're connecting to European servers, and it's like 200 ping. So they're gonna have to either put a couple of Azure servers here, and I know they don't, they can't because Azure servers they only get used for gaming; they get used for business purposes as well. But they're gonna have to do something, because if they're launching the Xbox One, they're gonna have to put some sort of Azure server in South Africa to support the Xbox One as well.
Yeah, but I mean, they did say Titanfall will not be releasing in South Africa, so that's. I don't think that'll happen. We won't get local servers, unless they change their mind.
I mean, I know of some ISPs that were willing to work with Microsoft South Africa to get those to host some of those Azure servers, but I don't think Microsoft even got back to them. I'm not sure about that, but the last article I read on my broadband, there was Web Africa wanted to, and IS Internet Solutions wanted to have talks with Microsoft South Africa to host some servers over here. I hopefully they can sort like a contract out because Microsoft head office in America host their own servers, and I don't think it's likely that they'll put down hosting to third party ISPs.
Oh, probably not.
Let's hope they can sort something out because I'm excited for the Xbox One, but as of now, I'm looking at the PS4 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, it could change.
I'm a bulk PC player, so I'm really careful what console. I'm really careful to choose what console I'll buy.
Yeah, if you're a PC gamer, your decision should be based on the exclusives.
Yeah, and PS3 had some amazing exclusive. Xbox 360 as well. I'm a big Halo fan. I'm a big Gears of War fan as well. But when it comes to PS3, you have The Last of Us, which is an amazing game, visually and the story as well. And then you had
amazing.
God of War, which is awesome, and
Uncharted. The Killzone series is good for shooter. No, PS3 in my opinion had better exclusives.
When someone talks about Killzone, I'm like, oh, okay, it doesn't hype me up that much.
They were good on the PS3. I really enjoyed them. Shadowfall was pretty good also, but probably not on Halo's level of good. That's the only thing about it.
I agree on that. But Halo 4 was also a really amazing game, and I'm a real huge Halo fan. The only reason I have an Xbox 360 was Halo. When it launched, Halo 3, I had to get the Xbox 360 to play that game. But what exclusive that or Gears of War isn't going to keep me to the Xbox One,
No.
So
yeah, it must be a whole. Because I mean, there must be a lot of exclusives to keep you going. Because once one game releases, you're gonna get tired of it. You want other games to play.
I mean, they have tricks up their sleeves. There's a game nobody is actually ever talking about. It's called Quantum Break that they announced at E3, and that game looks visually amazing. And that game really looks like it'll have a good story. Plus, they're releasing a series alongside it with Halo as well. They're releasing series with it as well.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if you guys heard of Quantum Break.
I've heard of it. I don't know much about it though.
There hasn't actually been much really. That's why nobody's talking about it because they're not hyping up the game.
Yeah.
Maybe they have the reason for that, or probably it's that bad PR they have.
Isn't the game where you like bend time and all of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, you can bend time and stuff. Yeah. when the guy touches you or something like that. But it really looks like a cool game.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion, you know.
That's not coming out for PC.
Yeah. But you guys, you got anything to add about the Xbox? You know.
No, I think let's conclude that topic
Xbox
at
One?
that with the Xbox.
Yeah. And going next to the next topic, I wanted to talk about my experience with Arma 3 lately. I just joined the Arma 3 like game clan or whatever you should call it. Initially, it wasn't the best start, you know. It wasn't. The reason.
It's a very confusing game to get into.
Yeah, the frames aren't that good, so
That too.
let's just start with that. Had some problems with the frames, totally put me off the game. Alert actually dragged me into a mod called Laugh Mod or Altus Laugh.
Yeah.
I just actually before the podcast we played it and had so much fun. If you guys want to join, just look for Julio Montez. I'm a Mexican drug lord.
And I'm Chow Mein, Asian. I don't know what to call myself, honestly.
Yeah, Chow Mein. Yeah, just look for the ZA.
No, but seriously, if you guys want to join, it's called Laugh Mod ZA. It's a great server, local server that we're trying to get up and going.
A great community.
Well, let's just be clear, it's not our server, it's someone else's server.
Yeah.
But just enjoy.
Oh well, I mean, I've been with the server for a long time, and I'd love to see it get more popular.
Yeah, you guys should definitely check it out. Just look for Chow Mein and for Julio Montes or Mendez. I don't know what I have to call myself.
Or
yet,
preferably, well, I mean, Bloodwing or Reflex. You'll know us then.
Yeah, you'll know us then.
Yeah.
So I'm really enjoying myself in the game. I just wish the coding was a bit better, but you know, sometimes it's not about the graphics. Sometimes it's about the gameplay and the experience. And
Exactly.
I enjoyed myself. Alert, you have anything to say about anything about Arma 3 or what?
Yeah, if you see me in Altus Life, don't run up to me. You'll be taken hostage and sold to the Yakuza and police.
Okay, going to the next topic is actually something we talked about earlier. Call of Duty lead platform switching to PS4. Yeah.
That is another thing in Xboxes for a disadvantage for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Because as you said earlier, it's a good selling point in South Africa. People buy the Xbox for the early DLC.
Yeah, not just for that. Most competitive gamers know that Call of Duty gets played on the Xbox competitively.
Yeah.
And that's why people bought the Xbox 360 back in the day, because they like the competitive aspect of the game. And
Yeah.
When Call of Duty is going to switch its lead platform to PS4, that's going to change dramatically. Xbox is going to lose sales for sure. A lot of Call of Duty players and professional players as well will move to the PS4.
Yeah, to get their early accesses, and probably they'll be hosted on the PS4, the tournaments and
Yeah,
such.
the tournaments will definitely be hosted on the PS4 if they switch. You know, if for somebody who don't know that Activision had a contract with Microsoft so they can release DLC earlier on the Xbox 1 month earlier, and the Xbox had exclusive rights to the game. Not exclusive rights, but like exclusive DLC. That launches on the platform as well.
And it was being
Before
developed
PS4.
for that console.
Yeah, it gets developed for Xbox and then ported to other systems. But that, to me, that's also quite strange, because the game on PS4 runs 1080p, but on Xbox One it's 900p. You know?
Yeah.
I don't get why Microsoft didn't expect people to rage about this. You know, it's the future. The past is 720p. The future is 1080p and 4K, and they expect this console to support 4K in a few years.
Yeah, and the Xbox One lifespan is rumored they want it to last 10 years. I don't think that's going to happen when you're playing Call of Duty at 720p. Sorry.
Don't you know? I'm not one of those guys like graphics. It's to me, it's gameplay and experience. Graphics comes second. Look, you don't want a terrible looking game.
Obviously.
You want a nice looking game, but it's not that important. The experience in the game is important. But you're going to have to. You can't just say, 720p, the gameplay is the experience. Graphics
No,
is
but
important
you said
as
that,
well.
but I mean, like, when the competitor looks better and plays better, you're going to go for that.
Exactly, you're going to go
With
for
the
the
same
better looking
experience.
game, the better looking platform. And to
Exactly.
be honest, the console itself PS4 looks a lot better than the Xbox looks like a VCR. Xbox One looks like a VCR. PS4 looks so sexy.
Sleek, yeah.
Sexy
I must
console.
say it does look good. I really like it.
Yeah, so that's a really. Xbox is gonna have to fight for this one. They're gonna have to fight Activision. They're gonna have to pay Activision more for this not to happen, for sure.
And just so everyone knows, we're not against Xbox or anything. We're just not happy with the way it is right
Yeah, it's
now.
doing right. Look,
like-
like I said, I'm an Xbox fan. I've always been. I'm not a fanboy of Xbox. I'm a fan of consoles and PC gaming. I'm a fan of gaming.
Exactly.
Both consoles have their awesome exclusives, so I'm not ripping Xbox One apart. I just want it to be better. That's all.
Yeah.
So, Xbox, pull your socks up, goddammit.
Xbox on.
Yeah, Xbox. Oh well, now it's Xbox off.
Yeah, right now.
Anyway, moving on to the next topic, guys. Epic Games working on a new IP, possibly based on the Samaritan, I don't know, something like that. This came after the yeah, it's the Unreal Engine 3 Samaritan real-time demo. Have you guys seen that? Or are you watching the video right now?
I haven't seen much of it yet. Is the Unreal Engine 3 the new one or the current one?
Unreal Engine 4 is the new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's not on the
I think
newest
this
one.
is Epic Games has been working on this for a while, and they didn't have
Oh,
the
alright.
Unreal Engine 4 by that time. So
Mm.
this game, visually, it doesn't look bad. It looks stunning.
Well, this is a trailer,
right
keep
now.
in mind.
Yeah. But even though if trailers do look stunning, I'm not taking any. I'm not saying it's gonna look stunning or terrible, but the trailer looks stunning graphically,
Yeah.
speaking. I'm not gonna say I'm excited for it, you know. But
No, not yet. We need to know more about it before we can start to get excited.
yeah. In the EGMR or eGamer article, it says a long time ago in an article far away, which is actually available right here. Click on that here link if you guys are checking out. Just as another thing, guys, just quickly, all the stuff we're reading about, most of it's from eGamer. I'll link them all in the description for you guys, or the notes we're reading off here. I'll link that in the description for you guys, and you can guys go check out eGamer. It's a great review site, great gaming news site. All the links will be in the description for you guys, and you can go check out their site. This is where we get all our sources from, and I want to thank them as well. Anyway, moving on. During a panel at this year's DDC, Epic Games announced that they were working on a new IP using what at first appeared to be characters art from a Samaritan tech demo. You have to use your imagination, but the resemblance is not unnoticeable. Well, the trailer looks stunning. This IP that they're working on, you know.
It looks good, I must say, but I mean, it is a trailer, so I'm not going to get hyped up for it.
Well, like I said, I don't get hyped for any games, so don't show me gameplay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not supporting early access games anytime soon. I want gameplay trailers. The Forest as well. Next topic, we have God of War creative director leaves Sony Santa Monica. This is really sad.
I'm a fan of the God of War series.
I'm a huge fan of the God of War series. I'm a fanboy of God of War. You know.
Yeah, that's pretty
so,
bad.
Yeah. You guys know why he's left?
No, I'm not too sure. It's actually the first time I've heard of this, so I'm not too sure why.
Well, I saw it in an eGamer article. So it's really sad that someone that's been developing God of War series since the first one. Well, no, it's not since the first one. Back in 2003. That's really bad news.
Yeah, and I'm sure he had a lot of the influence with the games, but I mean, God of War Ascension wasn't as good as the other ones, was it?
I have to agree with you on that one.
So maybe it could be a fresh start for them, possibly.
It's a good thing and it's a bad thing, you know.
Yeah, I don't like one of
it's
those
seeing
things.
someone that worked on such a good game leave. But you're excited for the future. Maybe they can do something different, you know.
Yeah, we'll just wait and see what happens.
Yeah. Personally, for the next one, I don't know if they haven't announced anything, but I'm excited for it. The next God of War. As a fan of the game as well.
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, imagine the next God of War game on next-gen consoles. It would be very impressive.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are wondering who's the guy that left, his name is Asmusens. I don't
Uh,
know him.
no,
But
I haven't actually heard of him, to be
yeah,
quite honest.
yeah, me too. I haven't actually heard of him, but he was in the development circle for Ascension and God of War 2, and basically all the God of Wars. He was in development for all of them. So it's sad to see someone that was
Yeah.
making such a great game, or part of making such a great game, leave. But anyway,
Yeah.
we should be more excited for the future as well.
Yeah, stay excited.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
God of War, I can't see God of War just falling away and dying.
yeah. The reason I think God of War is so successful is they don't bring out a game every year.
Yes.
You know,
And it's
they don't
something,
get
when you see a
stupid.
trailer, it's like, yes, you are going to
Amazing.
get
It's
this.
amazing, yeah.
Mm.
And the gore in it is so good. I know I've sound like a cycle or something, but
No, it's definitely good.
it's awesome. Okay, next topic. Assassin's Creed Unity could roll heads in the French Revolution. In
I'm
other
excited
words,
for that.
the next Assassin's Creed, which will be called Assassin's Creed Unity, is going to take place in the French Revolution.
I'm definitely excited for that. Hopefully, it'll be. Well, Assassin's Creed 3, in my opinion, wasn't a bad game, and that took place during the American Revolution.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was enjoyable. Now, the French Revolution, that's good. I mean, they could add some Napoleon things in there, couldn't they?
I think they're losing up their time periods now.
Yeah.
You know, what's next? The future.
Yeah, or like World War. But I can't picture an Assassin's Creed game in
Yeah,
yeah.
the guns. I don't picture them with guns.
Because, I mean, they made the mistake during the American Revolution, there were just gunshots everywhere and it got quite annoying.
Yeah, yeah. But
So it'll be interesting to see how Unity works out.
yeah, yeah. I won't say I'm hyped for it. You know, like I said, with God of War, Assassin's Creed's annual release is one every year. It looks like.
It's been since 2009, an annual release since
I don't
2009.
know, what was it? What's the one that came out before Black Flag?
3.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed
Creed.
3. I wasn't even halfway through that, and then they announced Black Flag. You know, they
Yeah, I
just
know.
like throwing the games out. You know.
Yeah, but I think it is separate development teams working on different Assassin's Creed games. So
But the development needs money to make the game. I understand that. But running out a game every year, it's awesome if you're a fan of the series. But even if you're a fan of the series, there's a limit, you know?
yeah, I mean that's getting like
it's
Call
gonna-
of Duty now.
It's going to get
annual
stale.
release.
The series is going to get stale quick, you know?
Well, I mean, look at Call of Duty. They've launched annual release for how long now?
Oh, for years now.
And I mean, there
4 years.
hasn't been much improvement over any game.
Only slight ones, to be honest.
Exactly.
Probably this year's was the worst one ever. Really bad PC port. Stay away from the PC port of Call of Duty Coast, guys. Really.
No, well, I haven't played the PS4. I played on PS4. It wasn't bad on the PS4 though.
But and it makes me sad because like the PC, it started it all for them, you know.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 1 and 2 was on the PC, and they're abusing the PC players like this. It was really sad.
Nah, it's not good.
Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, guys, Assassin's Creed is going to be taking I'm mixing my words so much today. Assassin's Creed Unity will be in the French Revolution time period.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, I'm actually I'm a bit excited for the game, but I'm not hyped.
Honest, yeah, neither am I. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, but moving on to the next topic, we have Unreal Tournament 4's engine.
Oh,
You guys
really?
seen
Is?
Not Unreal Tournament. Unreal Engine 4. Have you seen the trailer for that, guys?
Yes, that thing looks amazing. It really does.
It does. Yeah. I've been a fan of the Unreal Engine since.
Oh, there's
the
so many
first one.
games that come out on it. I mean,
Yeah.
how can we even
One
list
of my
all of it?
favorite games back in the day was Unreal Tournament, which we should actually talk about more. Because a lot of people have been saying since they've shown that engine trailer, that they want an Unreal Tournament 4.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, it's a very popular game. I personally haven't played it actually, but yeah.
And they say that Epic Games isn't making any promises.
It would be a smart move for them to do another one.
Yeah, I think that'll be smart as well. You know, like an update Unreal Tournament. That was such an epic game back in the day.
Mm.
Um,
Get all the older players coming through again to play it.
yeah, because I hear Epic Games isn't making the next Gears of War, so maybe this is what they're working on. You know, just keeping it on the
Possibly.
down low.
Yeah.
I
Well,
hope
it's
so.
definitely possible.
Oh well, I hope so because Unreal Tournament was really really good. Alright, you've been quiet. Have you got nothing to say about anything here? Or is he
Oh, no.
AFK?
He's probably gone off his mark on the damn production of YouTube videos. So it's very good, but let's just roll with it.
Yeah, this is a lit style, you know.
Yeah, just go off when he has to.
Yeah, yeah. It's like he just does what he wants to. But anyway, but I'm actually glad because he has really bad mark problems this week.
Yeah, the background is not as bad.
Okay, I wanted to talk a bit about the current state of gaming.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a very interesting topic. What are
Current-
your thoughts, Reflex? What do you think gaming is heading towards? Or
Well-
what state is?
Well, I think we're heading into like a gaming economic crisis, you know. With
Why
all
do you
the,
say that?
With all the indie games coming out, AAA games are in such trouble. You know,
Oh,
games
not
like,
really, eh?
uh,
I mean, think about how excited we are. I mean, the Division we were talking about, Watch Dogs,
yeah, but-
Destiny, even.
yeah, but those are small indie, not small.
They're AAA games.
Yeah, they're AAA games. I agree with you. Sorry, I just did bad words there. Anyway, what I meant was, look back at a few years ago, how many AAA games you had, and look now, how many has fell off the map. You know.
Can you give a few examples? I'm not really following you
off the
because
top.
I'm still seeing. I know you can't list off the top of your head, but
I
I mean,
mean-
I haven't noticed a decline in AAA games.
I mean, a perfect example would be Dead Space 3. A lot of people weren't, or not Dead Space 3, Mass Effect 3. A lot of people weren't happy with the game. You know, and that was a AAA title. Same
That
with Dead
is
Space
true.
3. A lot of people weren't happy with that one as well. And
Yes, that
EA
was EA
announced-
though. Think about that.
Yeah,
That's
but-
EA. Let's leave EA be EA.
EA is EA. We all know EA is. It's just.
Yeah,
EA
it's
is
kind of
EA.
the thing they do is screw up things. SimCity,
Yeah.
example.
Don't even talk about that game. Don't even talk about the problems we have in Battlefield 4 bugs.
Oh my goodness, no, please.
But what I mean is, you know, I read an article a few months ago where they were looking at the numbers sold and the money made by Dead Space and stuff like that. They wasn't that impressive. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, Dead
Like,
Space 3 didn't do too well, did it?
Well, indie games are definitely knocking AAA games big time. You know.
There's so many of them. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of indie games. I do enjoy them though. I played Bash and that was really good. But like, I'm not into them. You know, I don't get them all.
Yeah.
But I mean, like indie games like Rust is indie, is it not?
Yeah, Rust is an indie.
I mean, yeah, those type of things I'm really interested in. I want to get those things.
Mm.
I can no, yeah, I actually see what you're saying. Like, yes, they are steadily taking over. I mean,
No, I'm not per se saying they're taking over. I mean, indie games.
well, knocking them.
Well,
I mean,
I
they-
think in a few years you won't be able to see the difference between a AAA and an indie game anymore.
yes,
that's my
okay,
point.
I see what you're trying to say. Well, I mean, there will constantly be a balance because the indie games will become bigger and then new indie games will come out, new
Yeah.
developers. So I'm sure there'll be a steady balance with that.
You know, I'm excited, but I'm also afraid. If that makes any sense, because
No,
I
I
have a lot
understand
of AAA titles that I'm a fan of. You know, if some of you guys know, I'm a huge Call of Duty fan, even though this year's wasn't that impressive. I'm a huge fan of the series, always have been, and
Yeah.
it's totally declining, and it's making me so sad because I grew up playing those games. I think it's because the game's not been updated tremendously for a while.
Maybe they should skip a year and then release another one. What do you
No,
think?
I don't know if you know, but actually they've just brought in a third developer in the mix called Sledgehammer
Oh, really?
Games. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. So there's three of them.
Yeah, so they're gonna have a 3-year development cycle each, which
Okay, no, that's good.
instead of
Okay.
they usually just had a 2-year because it was Infinity Ward and Treyarch making the games, and now they've threw in Sledgehammer Games to the mix, so each developer's gonna
Yeah.
have 3 years to make game.
But maybe they should try and take chances more, you know? Don't always play it safe. That's probably what's happening with Call of Duty at the moment.
I don't want Call of Duty's movement style to change because the movement style is so smooth, controllable.
No, I'm not talking about that kind of thing. I'm just saying, like, do you know, I don't know what.
Yeah. The movement, if they change engines, the movement style is going to change. No doubts about it. But looking at the Source engine that Titanfall's running on, you know, the Source engine that Titanfall's running on, that game feels so much like Call of Duty movement. It's unbelievable. Why don't they move to the Source engine? You have that same movement system, but you have a better engine to run it on because they're still running on the Quake engine.
Yeah, and that's you can see its age is starting to show.
Yeah, it's really starting to show graphically. I mean, like I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of great graphics, but it's something good to look at, you know.
Especially when your competitors have such good graphics and you're lagging
Exactly.
behind quite
I
badly.
mean, we all know the direct competitor for Call of Duty is Battlefield, and now in the mix Titanfall as well. So if your competitors have a 10 times better looking game than you, you're gonna have to do something about that.
Exactly. I mean, the fan, like you're a fan, a typical example of this. Like hardcore fans are starting to branch away from it.
Exactly. But all you have left is competitive players and some people, casual gamers that just play the game casually and they just pick it up every year because it's their favorite game.
Exactly.
Those people don't worry about graphics, whether they just have fun in the game, you know?
Mm.
It's not your 10th prestige guys that are staying with the game. It's your casual gamers that are staying with the game. Your 10th prestige guys are leaving the game because they're sick of it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they better do something the next Call of Duty release. I might stay away from it, but I'll see. I'm very interested to see what happens with this series.
Like getting back to the topic we were talking about earlier, annual releases, they're getting stale. Assassin's Creed is another example. I didn't get Black Flag because I'm so sick of the series. I had Assassin's Creed 1, I had it all on Xbox, and I had the third one I got. I haven't even finished it yet. And Black Flag I didn't get because it's getting so stale and they're annually releasing everything on top of each other.
I actually enjoyed Black Flag personally, but I felt the storyline was a bit lacking. But yeah, for these annual releases, I don't know if I agree with them either. Because I mean, the wait, we don't like waiting, but you think about it, when it actually comes, it's like, holy shit. This is the next Assassin's Creed game, let's say, if they kept it going. It's not like, oh, okay, let me just go and pick this up.
Yeah. But and not just that, the current state of gaming is make it for the console and put a really bad port on PC. Another example would be Assassin's Creed, locked at freaking, 30 frames a second. Need for Speed Rivals, locked at 30 frames a second. Call of Duty. Call of Duty had the worst port I've ever seen for a game to PC. They didn't even have an FOV slider in it.
Oh my goodness.
Eventually they added these features, but the FOV is only going up to 80. When you're playing PC, you have it between 90 to 100. You know, field of view. You know, a PC player base isn't probably that huge, but there's still the platform that made all consoles what they are today. It's a platform that made the console where it is today. You know, all games started off on PC. Gaming started off on PC with Pong.
No, not really. Yeah, but I mean, come on, the NES.
I mean, that's
NES
where gaming started. That's where gaming started. And the same for Call of Duty. They started on the PC. Why not just give them that little bit of support they want? It's not hard adding an FOV slider into the game. It's not hard adding PC-specific features, unlocking the frame rate, stuff like that. It's just pure laziness is what it comes up to.
No, exactly, and stressful time also because don't forget they're competing with Battlefield and they have to push their releases, and that's what's happening. They're not getting enough time to fix this. I mean, look at Battlefield; it's a train wreck, in my opinion. I mean,
on PC it's a train wreck, but on console it's perfect.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
we as PC gamers, I mean, definitely. It's a given. I have a high-end gaming PC. I'm going to buy competitive shooters on PC instead of consoles. That's just for me. I prefer the keyboard and mouse setup.
Yeah. When it comes to first-person games, I prefer PC. When it comes to Need for Speed and other games like that, and third-person and platform games and all that stuff, consoles where it's at.
I completely agree with that.
But it makes me so mad that, you know, Call of Duty specific, because I'm such a fan, and they didn't even support the PC like they should. And this is Infinity Ward. I mean, Infinity Ward made the first Call of Duty, and Treyarch is giving more support to the PC players than Infinity Ward's doing.
Yeah, well, Black Ops 2 was a good port. So
It wasn't. It was a great port for Call of Duty.
yeah.
No problems. We had the FOV slider there. We had anti-analyzing and all that specific PC features we had in there.
Mm.
And Infinity Wars just ports it to that and say you have to be happy with it. With the $60 you paid for a game, you have to be happy with that.
No, that's
what they're
absolute
giving you.
bullshit. That's, I mean, they charge us so much. Games are expensive. We want to get what we're paying for. I
Exactly.
mean, it's a lot of money. I mean,
I mean,
people that don't play games say, how do you pay so much for that?
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah.
Example now, my friend Herman. I hope he's watching this podcast because I'm gonna educate him a bit now. Not Assassin. South Park: Stick of Truth. He's like, why pay $60 for a single player game? I told him, well, I've played the game and I've paid $60 for it on Steam, and that's well worth the $60. Even though it's a single player game, I had so much fun playing the game. I don't mind if the game's $60 and you give me my time's worth with the game and the replayability of the game, and it's fun to play the game. I'll pay that $60 even though it's just a single player game.
Exactly. Like, I mean, The Last of Us, I would have paid 1,000 rand for that, $100 for that. I mean, it was just such a great game. I didn't play the multiplayer, I must be honest, but I mean, it's just such a gripping game, and I have no problem paying money for
What's that? South Park?
No, The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good. I mean, the multiplayer was just an added bonus to the game.
Exactly.
You know, and the same with Second Son. You enjoy playing the game, and how much?
Yeah, I
did you
mean,
pay?
it was 800 rand.
And
And for those that didn't pre-order, it's 900 rand. Okay, that is a bit hefty, but I'm a fan of the series, and it's a good game. And you can see they put time into that game, and
if it's a good game, I'll pay up to 1,000 rand for a game. If it's an awesome game and I'm excited to play,
exactly.
and they give you the features that you want inside the game, I'll pay that.
Yeah.
But when you charge me $60 for half a game,
No.
that's
Or
not
just
right.
I mean,
and then Call of Duty want to charge you another $50 for DLC. I'm not getting the DLC this year. There's no ways.
no, they're just raking money from you.
I mean, then they added extinction mode, which isn't zombies. It's not terrible. It's a great experience, but to my
Yeah, I have
my
played
opinion,
Extinction.
it's not my it's not zombies, and
Yeah,
Okay.
zombies is zombies.
I played it a few times, and it's a bit of fun, but that's it. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like playing that game. I feel like I didn't get my $60 worth of game.
No, I mean, I borrowed it from a friend, and he paid 800 rand for it on the PS4, and I would never have paid that.
Yeah.
I can't even bring myself to finish the campaign. I mean, I'm not a hardcore Call of Duty player, so when I got in the multiplayer, I just get shot from behind all the time, and I get annoyed at that because I like to, when a game like that, I like to actually face them frontally in that,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it just feels like people are camping, and it's not fun.
Yeah. But I just raged. Apologize for that. But anyway, let's just move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
Battlefield 4 DLC data. You excited for that?
No, I've gotten out of Battlefield 4 to be honest.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have because of the launch issues they had.
Yeah, I get stuttering all the time on that, even though I have a 770. Oh,
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
annoys me. It's a good game, I must say. It looks really. If I had smooth gameplay, I would be playing it a lot.
Well,
I just haven't
EA,
found a fix.
well, EA has confirmed the Naval Strike is out on March 25th for Battlefield 4 premium players, and it's generally and for general release it's on April the 6th. For you guys that are still playing Battlefield 4, there is the release dates for premium and general users, and it will be the third expansion.
I'm sure
to
lots
the series.
that they're pushing these expansions quickly. Huh? I mean,
I
They
think
really
it's
are.
because EA has that competing game for Call of Duty every year, and I don't think it's going to be this year. Isn't going to be Medal of Honor. They said they're going to stop developing that game because of the poor sales of Medal of Honor Warfighter. So I don't know what they're going to be bringing to the table this year to compete with Call of Duty. Have you got any
we'll have to
ideas?
see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just have to see what that. Is it going to be another annual release for Battlefield?
I don't think so. I think they have much DLC. I think it's only going to be next year. Battlefield 5
okay.
or whatever is going to be launched.
As long as they sort out their problems, because Battlefield 4 is a great game. Just the performance issues I have. Not really on single player, but on multiplayer. It's not working out for me. Granted, I haven't played it in about a month or two, so I can't say how it is right now. But my first impressions were pretty poor of the game.
Yeah. Moving on, we have EA blames Battlefield 4 and SimCity woos on innovation.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
first of all, EA, that's bullshit. It's your developers that were you pushed your developers to release the game, and they didn't do a good job because you were pushing them. That's why. It's not on innovation. And
Innovation.
stuff
That's
like
all games are about. Innovation, and they're blaming it on innovation. I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
you get the innovation part, but you still have to make a perfect game on release date.
Yeah.
You in SimCity, you were so struck on what's it called again? When it's an online game only.
DRM.
DRM, yes. You were so caught up on DRM, online only games to connect. Your servers weren't ready for that. You should have
Yeah.
known it's gonna be the servers are gonna be overwhelmed by traffic. You know. But yeah, that's another raise from me again.
I think we need to move on to some
EA just
positive
brings
things now.
EA and Activision make me so frustrated sometimes. You know. They
Yeah.
have such beautiful games, but they're screwing up left and right. Okay.
There's so much potential.
Just leave it at that. Let's not talk
Yeah.
about that topic anymore. Next topic is EA have acquired the rights to a Titanfall sequel.
Oh no.
Well, let's start off with internationally. That's awesome. Locally for us, that sucks.
No. Yeah.
You know, I'm excited they're bringing out a sequel, but hopefully before then they can get some servers over here so we can play it.
I'm pretty sure they will bring out a petition or something. We'll eventually get it. Let's really hope so.
Well, there's a petition. Okay, let me just put this quickly in there. Guys, in the description below, there will be a few links to the Bring Titans to ZA. On my previous video, I had those links as well. Because we're talking about this topic, let's make it happen. There's a petition you can sign as well. I'm going to leave you on choice.org. I'm going to leave you a link in the description below for their Facebook page and for change.org. Just go sign the petition if you're local and like their Facebook page, because I believe they sent a letter to EA and they haven't responded yet. So they also have a Twitter link there in the description below, so you can just bother Respawn and EA just to have a look at that letter and maybe reconsider putting some servers hosting some servers over here for the game, so we can actually really play it and not with that latency disadvantage, which in my opinion doesn't make a difference. I can still play the game properly, but it's not. I can see that's not the way the game was intended to be played. So
Yeah. I mean, I don't have Titanfall. I mean, we can't get it in South Africa, which is just terrible.
yeah,
I mean, I'd consider getting it if it was. I mean, really.
yeah. You can buy it. Some info for you guys watching. There's a website called evopoints.co.za. They sell origin codes. Well, obviously this is just for PC, not for Xbox guys. You can buy the game from them, and they'll send you a link, and you just put it in the product code in Origin, and you can start downloading and playing it. If you want to play with that disadvantage, and let's just hope they bring out local servers so we can play on them as well. Moving on, we have the cancellation of Titanfall in SA is a concern for the future, which we talked about this a bit earlier in the podcast. Basically, if we don't get Azure servers, anything Xbox launches, even though the Xbox One's going to launch here, we're still going to have problems with any game they release that use the Azure servers.
I mean, yeah, the main selling point of the Xbox One will be Titanfall. When it releases, yeah, we're not going to have Titanfall, and that's going to be an issue. I mean, we have Rise and that, but I mean, they didn't get good reviews, and Dead Rising 3, they not exactly the best of games.
Yeah.
Not going to be a selling point, if you will.
Exactly. And I don't think anyone's going to go just buy an Xbox One just to play the indie games on it.
No.
So,
especially when the PS4 is pushing out all these titles for us.
So
and,
hopefully
yeah.
Microsoft SA and the EA South Africa is making some plans for themselves. Zero servers. I mean, they can't. If I'm correct, they can't just sell a console here if it's not going to work properly with every game. You know, so they must have something in the works. Let's hope so.
Oh, surely. Yeah.
Moving on. No more EA or any first-person talk.
Happy
for now.
news now.
Yes, happy news. South Park creator says he's open to a Stick of Truth sequel. I'm very excited if they're going to be making a sequel, to be
South
honest.
Park, The Stick of Truth. I want to play that game, but I just don't know if I want to pay that much for it because I don't have much money at the moment.
Well, I'll advise you. It's an awesome game. You're going to laugh a lot in that game. If you're a fan of the South Park series, you will love the game. I promise you that. Really funny game. Really awesome to play. And it's got playability because you got 5 different classes. You got mage, thief, fighter, Jew, and all that. So It's got
Yeah,
some
no,
good
I'm gonna
power
check it
modes.
out one day, like when the price drops for me, but probably
And
not right now.
and probably if you like turn-based gameplay,
Yeah.
you'll love it.
But
So,
the fact is that a sequel's coming to it, and well, he's open to a sequel, which is good news. I mean, this could be a
very
good thing.
news. It's a good thing. I bet Ubisoft is quite excited about this. So should
Yeah,
everyone
surely.
be. Um, the Sea of Truth was a really awesome game, and if they're gonna be releasing a sequel, I cannot wait for it. To be honest, so
Just
yeah.
came out. The sticker just came out.
I just want a sequel. I just want a sequel right now. Anyway, moving on. Sony announces its own virtual reality headset.
That is to combat the what's it called again? The how have I not remembered? What's a virtual reality headset the PC has again? Oculus Rift. How can I forget that? That's
Yeah,
probably their solution to it.
yeah. Well, to be honest, it's gonna be a bit expensive. It's gonna be $400. They're calling it for starters. They're calling it Project Morpheus,
Yeah, I heard about that.
and yeah. So this is gonna be a direct competitor with Oculus Rift. It's gonna be
The
$400.
price is annoying.
Yeah.
It's basically another PS4.
Well, for the hardware you're getting, I don't think that's an unreasonable price, but it's a price of a PS4, as you said. But they also
Yeah,
said
it's the fact is that it's a price that's
yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, I think down the longs of the well, maybe they're gonna launch it next year or year after that. I'm not sure when, but maybe along the line, if you're a PS4 fan and you like some bit experience and you got some money in your pocket, you can get that.
No, definitely.
They say it's gonna be working with the Move and the DualShock 4 controller, with actually what's the R camera for PlayStation 4.
PlayStation. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be working. All those stuff is going to be working together on the PlayStation 4. To be
Yeah.
honest, that's going to be a bit of a stick in Oculus Rift side, because
They had no competitors and now they do, which
yeah,
is
not just that, they're only going to be launching on the PC, if I'm correct.
yeah.
And
Oculus Rift. Yeah.
no, PC doesn't have the peripherals that PS3 have, like the Move controller. You know. It's going
That
to be
is
a
a bit
more
of an issue.
immersive experience for PS4 players.
Provided it's good.
Can't say I'm excited for this. You know, it's like
We'll just see what happens. It's kind of out of our league, isn't it?
yeah, I
This
think
kind
they're
of
gonna
stuff.
hype it up like the back in the day when the Xbox 360 announced the Kinect. Everybody was so excited for it, and then release it,
Yeah.
and everybody like saw
like,
it's like
oh.
really bad. So
Yeah.
I'm just very curious where Led is right now. I'm trying to get hold of him. I think something happened maybe. I'm trying to get hold of him, but he's not online anyway. I'm just gonna try and send him a message quickly.
This is definitely typical, but yeah. But yeah, this is definitely going to be interesting. That they're competing with Oculus Rift.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's companies competing is always a good thing for the consumer.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna fight for the consumer.
Look at the graphics card. I mean, ATI and Nvidia, they constantly battling each other. That's why we're getting such good technology out.
Not just technology, and prices as well, because they're
Yeah,
competing
pricing,
with
yeah.
with each other as well.
Mm.
So yeah, maybe it could be a good thing. I'm just laughing at the final topic we're going to be talking
Yeah, I
about.
think let's delve into that.
Peter Molyneux isn't sexually attracted to the Wii U.
I do not know why someone would feel the need to say that. He is
Yeah,
not
it
sexually
was-
attracted to a console.
It was the title for an e-gamer article.
And
Basic-
what is he going to? What did he do to the Wii? Please tell me.
Like I said, if you guys want to read all these articles we're talking about, go on egamer.net. I'll put all the links in the description. I'll put the document we're using in the description. You can just download it off a Google Drive,
Mm.
and you can read them yourself. I just thought this was a really funny title. I think
No, it
it's
really is.
it's aimed at the Wii U, not really doing that good. Competing with the Xbox One and the PS4.
Yeah, let's not forget the Wii U's a next-gen console.
Yeah, he says that with an interview in IGN, he said Molyneux expressed concern with that Nintendo has somewhat lost their way with the Wii U after
Yeah.
the runaway success of the original Wii. I just thought this was a funny title to end the podcast off with, and
No, it is. Yeah.
so you know, we didn't hear much from Alert in this podcast. I don't know. I think it's actually a good and a bad thing because Alert had really problems with his mic this week, and I don't think he wanted to talk much just to not to irritate you guys. But
Yeah.
maybe you'll hear some of Alert's PC Master Race talk next week when we in episode 2.
Oh, yeah, debate to look forward to. Yeah, so we will be having these podcasts every week, if I'm correct, Reflex.
Yeah, every week.
Mhm.
This one's a bit late. It's being uploaded on Sunday, so you'll be only able to watch it on the Monday. But every Friday from now on, the podcast will be up, and you guys can watch it if you really want to support us. So, as I said, guys, if you like the podcast, leave a like. If you wanna come criticize some of our topics we talk about, or talk to us, comment section.
Yeah,
is there
please
below
do
for
that. We really do appreciate it. I mean, we can't know everything, so we'd really appreciate
Yeah.
comments.
Yeah, give us some constructive criticism.
Not troll criticism.
Yeah, don't be trolls, dudes. Anyway, final words, Bloodwing.
Just keep gaming.
Just keep gaming. Just keep gaming. Just keep gaming.
Yeah.
I just wanted to end the podcast with all this, guys. As Bloodwing said, keep gaming. It cures depression. Known fact.
Exactly. We've confirmed that at Twisted Gaming.
Confirmed. Twisted gaming. Gaming cures depression. So.
Just stay away from that EA stuff, guys.
Yeah,
that
EA,
stuff's a bit up and down.
yeah. Rather wait until everybody says it's an awesome game and then get it.
Yeah.
Well, that's all from us, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week.
Yeah, see you guys around, eh?
See you next week on episode 2 of Twisted Gaming's podcast. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.